just one of the big names in here. There's one or two new ones to kind of look out for. We'll point them out. Aaron Brown, very experienced Canadian on the outside. Was at the World Relays with De Grasse. Lots of guys went there to help the teams qualify for the World Championships later this year. Those World Relays were in China. Kenny Bednarek, though, will be concentrating on Grand Slam, and why not? And he's been running quick, 19.84 in Miami in this event. Has won it both times. Can Hughes get on terms? He ran in Atlanta recently in a straight 200 meters where he ran 19.55 with a very slight following wind, as his slide just slightly over the limit. But that just shows where he's at the moment. De Grasse will be trying to hang on to the two of them round that bend. He's in lane 5. Decent lane draw for him. The 21-year-old Jamaican, Brian Lavelle, only once under 20 seconds, but that's a great thing to do. His next best after that is 20.34, so he kind of wants to get more consistent in that low 20-second mark, the young Jamaican. On with Zarike, and is in lane 3. You mentioned this, tricky. 3 inside lanes here. Around the 100 in those games in Atlanta, got beat by Sambine, and everyone's been getting beat by Sambine this year. Christian Coleman, like you, Anson saw him yesterday practicing at the start out of lane 2, just trying to get familiar with this. 100 meters, of course, by far his best event, but he's a no slouch at 200 on his day. And then Christian Miller, 19-year-old, just a couple of weeks ago. He actually beat Christian Coleman in Tokyo in the Grand Prix just recently, over 100 meters. And it'll be interesting to see how he goes at the longer sprint here. He's not known as much at the 200. So Brown on the outside. Kenny's in 7. Hughes is in 6. De Grasse is in 5. Anyone else going to get involved? What about Christian Coleman all the way in lane 2?
I'm thinking all Kenny right now, man. What's he going to do? And Zarnel, is he going to show that he's got something?
Might just have a breeze on the back of the athletes down the home straight. Could work for them.
Set.
There's a little twist from Hughes, but he got away, but Kenny's got away strongly as well. And in fact, Kenny Bednarek has taken a meter out of Zarnel Hughes round the top bend. Aaron Brown has had to watch him glide past him. Look at Coleman in lane 2. He has come to the races here. Can he maintain? No, no, no. Here goes Kenny, away and gone. Kenny wins it, 1993. Another great performance. It's just been taken to 1995. Daylight. In fact, almost a week between him and the rest. Never mind a day. It was
He said a week.
So far ahead of everybody.
1995 on this track is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like I said, I saw him do those turns yesterday effortlessly, making up the stagger on Aaron Brown within the first 20 or 30 meters, which is a testament to the speed around the turn, because Aaron Brown is actually a really good turn runner. So I know Hughes did what he could. You know, he saw him for the entire race, literally. Was behind him and saw him for the entire race. But did what he could. Kenny got him straight away, and just no one's going to catch him by that point.
To try and explain this, because Hughes is running very, very well, but he's half a second.
The men's 200 meters at the Grand Slam meet added yet another high point to the 2024 track season, and right at the heart of it was Kenny Bednarek. Famous for his explosive pace and unwavering form, Bednarek reaffirmed his standing among the world's elite sprinters by clocking a commanding 19.95 seconds, leaving his rivals scattered in his wake. The starting lineup was a fascinating mix of established stars and up-and-coming threats. In the far outside lane, Canada's Aaron Brown, fresh from helping his national squad at the World Relays, took his position. 2 lanes inside, Britain's Zarnel Hughes, who recently ripped a wind-assisted 19.55 in Atlanta, lined up in lane 6. Olympic champion Andre De Grasse, looking to reassert himself after recent quiet outings, stood ready in lane 5. Yet all eyes were on Bednarek in lane 7, already a double winner in this year's Grand Slam series, with a Miami best of 19.84 that stamped him as the clear favorite. Inside him, in lane 4, Jamaica's Brian Lavelle looked to prove he could break the 20-second barrier more regularly. Another Jamaican hopeful took lane 3, while 100m ace Christian Coleman, rarely seen over this distance, surprisingly slotted into lane 2. Completing the field was 19-year-old Christian Miller, who had recently stunned Coleman over 100m in Tokyo and was now testing himself in the longer sprint. The gun fired, and immediately Bednarek sprang into action. Within 30 meters, he was already erasing Brown's stagger, a dangerous sign given Brown's renowned curve-running ability. Hughes tried to stay close, and Coleman powered away impressively from the tight lane 2, but Bednarek's acceleration was simply superior. By the time they exited the bend, the outcome was obvious. He was in full command, flowing down the straight with total authority. What unfolded was a masterclass. Bednarek stopped the clock at 19.95, an emphatic victory margin of over half a second, enormous for world-class sprinting. Hughes produced a credible effort but never truly threatened. As one commentator quipped, he didn't just beat them by daylight, he beat them by a week. Race data showed Bednarek covering the opening 100m in 10.33 seconds, followed by a scorching 9.62 over the closing half. While not his lifetime best, the time was more than enough given the slight headwind. The real takeaway was how smooth and unstrained he appeared, a chilling prospect for future opponents. This result thrusts Bednarek into the spotlight as the man to watch for the remainder of the season. With major figures like Noah Lyles and Letzel Tebogo yet to join the Grand Slam fray, or currently inactive, he seized the pole position in the 200m narrative. Analysts suggest he might even be reserving some firepower for the 100m showdown the following day, potentially rekindling his rivalry with Coleman. And while Coleman's lightning starts are legendary, Bednarek's ability to dominate from the gun hints at a new level of form. The looming question: will Lyles appear in Los Angeles for a blockbuster head-to-head? Fans are clamoring for it. A duel between the reigning world champion and a surging Bednarek would be season-defining. With the World Championships approaching, the sprint storylines are gaining momentum, and Bednarek is currently the lead character. For now, his 19.95 victory serves as a clear marker. He's not just a contender, but arguably the man to beat in the men's 200 meters. If he sustains this level, track fans could be witnessing the rise of sprinting's next dominant force. Bednarek's performance also sends a psychological message to his rivals. The ease with which he controlled the race suggests not only physical readiness but also mental sharpness, a crucial factor as the season intensifies. Young talents like Miller and Lavelle may gain experience, but the gap in composure and tactical awareness was evident. Every step he takes now seems calculated, efficient, and intimidating. As the circuit moves forward, competitors will need more than raw speed. They will have to match Bednarek's confidence, timing, and consistency. The 200m crown this season may well be his to lose.